and welcome to another episode of Todd Talk. Because when Todd talks, people listen. Believe it! Hopefully. Uh, yeah. So today is another very special episode. Not just because it's my birthday today. Yes, I know it's my birthday. I'm awesome. Thank you. But we have a preview for the upcoming death battle, which promises to be the most salt-filled, hate-filled battle since Goku versus Superman. That's right. I'm even putting it above Thor versus Wonder Woman because that one had salt, but this is anime, and anime always has salt. So what do we got? We got Naruto Uzumaki versus Ichigo Kurosaki, and this is going to be insane. I guarantee gosh dang to it. Now we're going to be talking about, of course, all aspects of the battle, but I just want to see how I'm actually in a very interesting position where I am neutral in this conflict. Because, even though I did my Thor versus Wonder Woman research, I was really pulling for Wonder Woman, and I might have pulled a Venom versus Bane where I would have gone with her anyway, but my research said that she was better, and I was right. But here, I have no bias. I have never watched Naruto. I have never watched Bleach. I have never read any of their mangas. I am a complete blank slate outside of knowing who they are. I know who they are, but I've had to do, decent enough research to where I could at least talk about this video. Because this could have been a simple video. I could have said, I have no idea who these guys are. I don't. I know they're all powerful and blah blah blah. But I wanted to at least do bare bones research and do my best. So Naruto Uzumaki was born under very interesting circumstances and was given a Genjuriki, a tailed beast in his stomach, which it wasn't supposed to go into him. It was supposed to go into his mother, who then lost it, who then split it up so that the beast could be contained, which cost them their lives. And now, because of this and the destruction that the tailed beast was Kurosama, I believe it was called, did, Naruto became basically branded as, an outcast. And because of that, he fought for attention, and this led to him wanting to become a Hokage, which is like the most respected position in the village that he lived in, the village of the Hidden Leaf. For the record, I apologize if I get any of this wrong in both Naruto and Ichigo. Again, I just read the research. I don't know these animes. So he wanted to become a ninja. Believe it! But he wasn't very good. He had like one technique that he could do at the beginning, and thus he kept failing. But then the series starts to go on. He starts to learn. He gets good teachers, and he becomes one of the most capable ninjas of all time. And by the end of the series, because remember Naruto ended, he became what he wanted to be. He became Hokage. He became arguably the greatest shinobi of all time, depending on who he talked to, and he more than proved his worth. So, what makes Naruto interesting is that he was a zero. It became a hero. I swear I've heard that before. Zero to hero. But he's learned a lot along the way, and he well deserved his title of Hokage. And during the Fourth Great Shinobi War, he wasn't supposed to fight in it. It was supposed to be there to protect him, but he was like, I can't do this, and so he helped lead the forces to victory, and basically changed the world by himself, technically. But he's learned a lot of great techniques along the way. One of his trademarks is his shadow clone technique, which he struggled with in the beginning, ironically enough. He can make shadow clones of himself using his chakra, and they, ironically, have just as much abilities as he does. In fact, it's specifically stated that all his clones are technically sentient to the extent that when they are dispersed, when they end their lives, all the knowledge and observations that they learned during their lives come back to Naruto, which makes it incredibly useful in combat. He has made it to where he can literally do like hundreds of these shadow clones, and you think, well, that must be taxing on his body. Well, that's the thing. The Naruto universe uses chakra, which, if you remember, Top versus Gaara is a spiritual energy that all shinobi can use to use special techniques. And Naruto's, because of his bond with the Nine-Tailed Beast, is insane. Like, he has insane levels of chakra. He had his own chakra. Then the Nine-Tailed Beast said, okay, I'm going to help you. Here's my chakra. And then he kept getting like boost to his chakra. And so he's now like a chakra god, for lack of a better term. He just has a nearly infinite amount of chakra. To the extent, this is actually one of my favorite feats I found out about him, he fought for 3.5 days, constantly, non-stop, against multiple opponents, including his rival slash foe Sasuke, or how you say his name, which are, again, high-level opponents, without rest, using only his chakra and his ninja techniques, and he won all of it, all the battles, including Sasuke, who's been stated to be his equal. So his chakra is, massive, and so he can do all these techniques at once. And that's just one of his techniques. He's learned elemental attacks. He has learned energy blasts. He's been able to summon and transform into weapons. He has multiple forms. I only read this lightly, but he has multiple forms based on his training. He has like a sage form. He has, a spirit form. He can transform into the nine-tailed beast himself. He can do a projection of the nine-tailed beast. He has a bunch of forms to where he always has something to one up. If you think you got the edge on him, he'll transform, and you got nothing on Naruto. Because of his ninja training, he has enhanced speed, enhanced senses, enhanced strength. He's also pretty clever. He's a lot like Natsu Dragnail, we know from the previous death battle this season, where he's very headstrong and arrogant, but he's also pretty tactical. He observes things that a lot of people don't realize, and then he'll surprise them by showing his knowledge. And then also he's incredibly unpredictable, to the extent where he will use a lesser technique to make his opponent think, oh, that he's got nothing left, and then he'll blast them with the opening that he just created, and showing, oh, yeah, I got you. He loves to use a ninja technique. Ninjas were known for deception. He uses that to his advantage to trick people so that he can get the openings to finish the fight. So he's incredibly capable in battle. He's proven that over and over again. He's fought and beaten his rival Sasuke, who chopped off his arm. Anime, multiple times. Again, at the end of the series, he's stated to be the most powerful shinobi in the world, with the only person who could possibly challenge him is Sasuke. So, Naruto's earned everything he's gotten. He literally earned everything he's gotten. It was not handed to him. He had to do it all on his own. He had help, obviously, from teachers and friends, but he had to prove himself, and he's proven it multiple times over. And as a person noted on Screwtech forums, after he became Hokage, the world just stopped being evil. Yeah. Now, obviously, there's Boruto, and I'm not going to get into that, but so he was so strong, he ended all hate in the world. There is no evil in the world, apparently, when Naruto was Hokage. So, yeah, go Naruto. Alright, moving on to Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichigo was born with the ability to see dead people. Yes, and again, Sixth Sense joke, they already made that in the preview. And this ability unfortunately led to the death of his mother, who he was very connected to. After time went on and he started, training, he met a girl who helped him turn into, what's the word, a Kurosami? Basically, a hollow hunter, or a ghost hunter, for lack of a better term. And through his journeys, he has battled multiple beasts and hollows and demons alike, and all in the attempt to just get stronger, make the world a little better, and just kill people. Yeah. If you thought Naruto was a punk, based on everything I've read about Ichigo is a bigger punk. Okay? Like, Naruto would pull pranks just to get attention. Ichigo will, destroy you with a smile on his face. Now, he has rules, he has honor, he has a code, and all that, but he's also, he can be incredibly vengeful. And, I think that might be what makes him not just a good character, but, a really good hunter. So he has some interesting abilities himself. His sword, which became swords, are able to do these massive blasts of energy. He has this spiritual power inside him that was at one time uncontrollable, but now he can control it perfectly. Do some time with the soul god. Yeah, there's a soul god in Bleach. That's pretty awesome. He is he's a master swordsman. He's a master of hand-to-hand combat. He is also very smart in battle. He will use an opponent's weaknesses to his advantage. Obviously, he will find their weaknesses so that he can't exploit them. Uh, Bleach is a little more complicated than Naruto, as far as I read, but needless to say, he's incredibly powerful. He has been compared to the best in the world, in the Bleach world, I should say, including to some of the people who helped, train him, make him better, make him stronger. He just has this strength inside him that makes him that much better, and that's why it's carried him through so much, including a 1,000-year war and numerous battles with hollows and foes alike. It's actually really, really impressive. And what's also impressive is he technically has two different kinds of abilities. He has his regular human abilities. Then when he transforms, into his Hollow Hunter mode, he just becomes that much stronger. See, as a regular person, he's incredibly strong. A kick put a guy's head through concrete. You're not supposed to do that. Okay? And I'm not talking the stuff that you break, in karate matches and all that. I'm talking about legitimate, concrete. He's incredibly fast. He's fast reflexes. But then, when he goes into his hollow hunting mode, he just becomes that much stronger. He can fly. He can just slice through the air and destroy mountains, as you saw in the preview. He just it's like everything is amplified, and he's incredibly fast. He's able to keep up with the fastest of opponents. He's able to endure incredible hard. He endures death blows, which is an oxymoron, but he does it anyway. I mean, seriously, there's a shot of him with a hole in his chest. Oh, he's dead. No, he's not, because he's Ichigo. And what's worse, apparently, he took that first death blow, then, hours later, got back up, took another death blow, and then he was fine hours later. Anime. What are you gonna do? So he's incredibly strong. He's incredibly powerful. He's incredibly durable. He has done some very interesting things. He's a worthy opponent. So where does this leave him against Naruto? This is where it gets interesting, because I've heard a lot of people say this is a stomp one way, and I can understand to an extent why you would say that, because of the techniques and the abilities that I've seen here. I still think it's kind of close. Both of them are capable fighters. Both of them have techniques that make them very worthy opponents to each other. They both have incredible speed, incredible strength, incredible intellect. Crap, I was forgetting something. Speed, strength, intellect. I forget it. They've endured incredible things. I talked about how Ichigo did 2 death blows. There's a GIF flying around the Screw Attack forums where Naruto is literally blown up by his own energy while he's sleeping. Totally fine. Seriously, all of his energy was dispersed into a ball or something, and it fell on him, or he fell on it, and it blew up like a crater in the earth, and he still was sleeping, because that's how Naruto is. So where's the tiebreaker here? Well, as sad as it sounds, I think it actually comes down to technique, because even if one was faster than the other, I really think that the other could keep up with them. Even if one was stronger than the other, I think the other could endure, because again, they've taken these massive blows. The difference here is how they get the victory. Naruto has his Shadow Clones ability, which he can multiply 100-fold-ish and use it to battle Ichigo. So in theory, he could literally summon 10 of himself, stand away, like the main one, stand away from Ichigo, have the 10 battle him, watch through their eyes all of what he is, disperse them, get all the knowledge back, and then realize, oh, this is his weakness, and then exploit. because that's one of Naruto's like best techniques. Not that he needs to do it. He's proven infinite amount of times that he doesn't need the Shadow Clone's technique. And of course, he's got all of his transformations with all the nine-tail abilities and modes. You know, he's got a lot going on from it. And as great as Ichigo is, based on what I read, his techniques are a little more limited than Naruto, who is trained as a freaking ninja. You know, a ninja who has fought wars and everything and defeated incredibly powerful opponents, who I believe are on par with Ichigo. So if Naruto could beat them, why couldn't he beat Ichigo? That's how I see it anyway. So I am going to throw my hat into the ring for Naruto Uzumaki. So now, after the battle itself, this is going to be rendered by Jets, who has done the more recent 2D death battles, except for Smokey versus McGruff. He did Shredder versus Silver Samurai, which is really good. He did Mega Man versus Metal Sonic, which is also really good. And based on what we're hearing from Death Battle Crew, this is going to be like the most epic one yet. And if you think about it, because of how the way the battles have gone order-wise, he's had a lot of time to work on this death battle, because the last 2D death battle was McGruff versus Smokey. So even if you just take the last 6 weeks or so, he's had this 6 weeks to make a battle between the two of the greatest anime characters of all time. So yeah, I'm expecting a long battle. I would love to see a 5-minute plus battle, because these two, okay, my knock against Ichigo aside, he's still a great fighter, and he deserves a long battle. Naruto deserves a long battle to show off all that he can do. So I'm expecting a long battle. I'm expecting an intense battle. I expect something along the lines of the epicness of Kirby versus Majin Buu, or even the recent one with Shredder Silver Samurai, or Natsu Dragneel versus Porcos, which he didn't do, but it will still a really good battle. I think it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna have my popcorn, and I'm gonna read the comments and just pour the salt all over my popcorn as I eat it. I was like, oh, fanboys. Oh, there's more. So with that, I'm ending this episode of Todd Talk. Who do you think is going to win between Naruto and Ichigo? How close do you think the battle really is? And do you think this could be one of the best animations in death battle history? We're going to find out. So, I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you're listening, and I will see you around.